What's good everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at Amazon's first step into the fitness tracker category, and we're going to be looking at Amazon's Halo band. Before we go any further, this is not just a normal fitness band. There are a couple of new features on this band that I think you are really going to find neat or fascinating, or at least it should spark your curiosity to know a little bit more about yourself. First of all, my name's Matt, and on this channel we talk about all things running and apparently stuff that runners may like. If you like anything new tech, you like running, you want to start running, give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, consider doing so right now and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. Let's get into it. Amazon's Halo fitness band. Let's do it. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with price, because I think the price that sets the tone for the whole thing. The price is $100 or $99, and I think that's a pretty good price for what you get. You do have to subscribe though, and it is $3.99 a month, but when you buy it, you do get the first 6 months for free. But I'm going to tell you everything you get with that $3.99, and I think you're going to find it is pretty good value. So the Amazon Halo is built around 4 pillars: activity, sleep, tone, and body. So let's start off with activity. Is that the main thing it does? I would say that is why you would buy this, because you kind of want to track your activity, but it is a little different. So based on recommendations from the WHO and the CDC, the Halo band recommends that you get 150 minutes of activity a week, and it actually gives you a point system. It kind of gamifies it so you can add up these points as you go forward. The great thing is that it actually takes away points for the time that you're sedentary. But let me give you a quick breakdown of how these points work, how you can earn them and how you can lose them. The Halo band will give you 2 points a minute for intense activity, and that includes things like running, shoveling snow, exercise efforts where you're actually putting in a somewhat hard effort. It'll give you 1 point per minute for moderate activity, and that is described as brisk walking, going for an easy ride on the bike. It's activities where you're putting in an effort but you can still talk normally. Next up is a light activity, and that earns you 1 point per 20 minutes. Well, that's super light activity. It's the type of activity that has no impact on your breathing, and the examples they give are walking around the office or making the bed. And then how do you lose points? Well, you lose points by being sedentary, and you lose 1 point per hour of sedentary time. If you have an unhealthy relationship with fitness, maybe this isn't for you, because it's going to take away from the enjoyment of actually sitting and relaxing, and we know that as athletes we need to relax, we need to recover, and you are losing 1 point per hour. On the other hand, if you've been working out during the day, you should feel pretty good about that, and losing a point is negligible in the long term. You can see here on the screen that at the time of this video I've actually earned 694 points this week. I plan to do a lot of sitting today, so that'll probably come down a little bit, but then once you do intense activity you get 2 points a minute. It puts it through the roof. So it's not just about the band tracking your activity. Amazon has also partnered with a lot of different companies, and they put out these different programs which Amazon calls labs, and it offers suggestions to how you can live a healthier life. So there's yoga classes, there are other things like weights and cardio effort. This is really a good option for those of you that maybe want to do other activities that will actually make you a better runner, and we all need to be more well-rounded. And this band and the app that comes with it kind of removes those barriers. If you don't know what to do, the app has loads of different programs to tell you what to do and how to do it. Let's just go back to aesthetics for a second. It's a band and it's got LED sensors on the bottom. Those LED sensors pick up your heart rate, and from that heart rate, that is how it judges your fitness level, your recovery level. That tells it when you sleep. There is no screen, and there is just one button and 2 microphones. But let's talk about sleep. Sleep is another one of the pillars of the Halo band, and for good reason. Sleep is a huge part of our lives. I mean, we do it for a third of the day, every single day. You can see last night that I had an absolutely phenomenal night's sleep at 10 hours and 16 minutes. The night before, it gave me a sleep score of 59, and you can see that I only slept for 5 hours and 8 minutes. And generally speaking, anything below 49 is considered a poor night's sleep. Anything above 85 is considered a great night's sleep. One more thing about sleep, the band actually measures the temperature of your skin while you're sleeping. Why does it do that? This is something that I haven't actually been able to figure out because it doesn't tell me how warm my skin temperature actually is. It measures the temperature and then it gives me a baseline, and then each night it tells me if my temperature has risen above the baseline or come below the baseline. What it doesn't tell me is why this information is actually useful. It's relatively pointless. I don't need to know if my skin temperature was 1 degree less. I mean, maybe the air conditioning was on higher. Anyway, ultimately it doesn't really give me much information, and what I think Amazon is missing here is including something like heart rate variability. I think that actually provides some good information on how we're actually recovering. And I really can't think of a better reason to wear a fitness band than actually to help your fitness, to help you know how you are improving. The band just tells me how I slept, and while I do find this information somewhat compelling, I mean, I like to see it, I like to know how much I actually slept, I'd like to know a little more. It seems like it would just be a software update, but who knows. Okay, now we're getting into the good stuff. Now, this is one of the reasons that I actually picked up the Amazon Halo, and that's for the tone feature. Now, through Amazon's vast AI system, this band and the app actually learns how you speak. It analyzes your voice and it gives you a result. It gives you a conclusion of how you actually sound to other people around you. The band is always listening. That is where the two microphones come in. Now would be a great time to talk about battery life, because on its own, without the tone feature turned on, this band will last 7 days. That's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. You only have to charge it once a week. Not epic. Epic would be a couple of weeks. 1 week, good enough. When the tone feature is turned on, it reduces the battery life to 1 to 2 days. You are going to be constantly putting this thing on the charger. But maybe that's a valid trade-off for the tool and the information that it actually gives you. I think it might be. So basically, when the tone feature is turned on, this thing is always listening. It doesn't listen to whole conversations, and Amazon assures me, us, the public that trust Amazon with all our information, it assures me that the data is kept on your phone. It is processed and then it's deleted. They don't hold on to anything. So because it's taking snippets of each conversation, it's analyzing how you actually sound during the day, and it'll give you a percentage of how you sound. If you're having a conversation where you specifically want it to listen and analyze that conversation, I would press that one button on the side and it kind of bookmarks this conversation, and then I can go back into the app and I can see how I came across. So for each voice snapshot, it analyzes your positivity and your energy. It analyzes your voice based on 4 different features, whether you're happy, content, upset, or worried. It also has a real-time feature, which I think is pretty nifty. So I am gonna start a screen recording and put this up on the screen right now. On the bottom we have live. It gives you your heart rate, and then we can switch over to tone. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit start right now, and we're gonna put on the screen, it's gonna show you in real time what I sound like. Well, actually, it's not going to tell you anything because you know what I sound like to you, but it's going to tell me what I sound like to you. You can see here that it's skewing towards high energy. Maybe if I just change my voice like this, and you know what? I don't like what this is telling me. Why is it being like this? Well, now it's showing me irritated, angry, disgusted. Here it goes now. It's showing me that I'm excited, delighted, happy. Now we're going into 2021. I've missed traveling. I've missed seeing everyone. There are no races. It's all pretty sad. And we can see here that this is telling me that I'm sad. And I don't know how I'm going to move forward into the next year. I'm comfortable, discouraged, unconfident. Anyway, that's enough of an example. You can see here that it analyzes your voice. It does a pretty good job. Has the potential to make your relationships better, make you a better communicator. But hold on, we're not done. Body? This is the most fascinating thing so far. Body is the final pillar of the Amazon Halo ecosystem that I'm going to tell you about, and I think it is it's pretty interesting. It's something that I enjoyed learning about myself. Basically, the app takes the camera and it takes a scan of your body and it tells you your body fat. Amazon claims that it is twice as accurate as the leading at-home scale. I weighed myself and I got my body fat percentage from my at-home scale. You can see here that I'm 5.5% body fat. I have always known that that was a little off. I know from looking in the mirror that I've got more than 5.5% body fat. The Amazon Halo app is twice as good. It's actually comparable to going to have your body fat analyzed in a bod pod or a DEXA scan, and those two things are considered, those are the premium ways to measure your body fat. So what the app has you do, it has you strip down to your skivvies, something that's tight. You can see here that I put on a pair of swim jammers because they're super tight to my skin. Takes a photo of you and analyzes it from the side, turn around from the back, the other side, and then Bob's your uncle, it spits out a body fat percentage. Can you imagine my surprise when I found out that my body fat was 15.5%? It came up quite a bit from where my scale had been telling me I was, but it's twice as accurate. I mean, I really can't knock the results. However, I did do it one more time. I changed location, I put on a different pair of underwear, and I took it again. And this time I came out at 15%. So at least it's consistent. So why does it do this? What's the point? Well, body fat is actually, it's a perfect barometer of health. It's a lot better than just analyzing BMI. So before you actually have this scan, you have to put in your height and your weight. And I guess that gives the AI the range of weight that you should be. It gives it a good place to start. And according to this analysis, I am smack dab in the middle of the healthy range. Can't really complain about that. Now, I already mentioned it with the tone, but Amazon is adamant about your privacy. They are not keeping any of these images. These images are not going anywhere else. So overall, I have to say I am pretty happy with the information that this actually gives me. Where would you use it? Where will I use it? It does not replace your sports watch. Where I think it's going to serve its value is when we're not running. A lot of people don't like to wear their watches all the time. For a lot of people, they wear their watch just to go for a run, and every other part of the day, they're not measuring their information. Maybe they don't even wear their watch to bed. So this is a lot more unassuming. It's very low profile. You don't have to worry about it. You probably have no problem sleeping with it on. So I think, yeah, if you are trying to keep an eye on your fitness, keep an eye on perhaps your weight. If you want a way to track it, if you want the latest way to track it with your body fat percentage, then I think the Amazon Halo is actually going to be a pretty valuable tool for you. When we include all the labs that come with it, it just adds that much more. And at $100 and $3.99 a month after the first 6 months, I think that is pretty inexpensive. I think it's going to do well. Of course, guys, I will list an affiliate link in the show notes below. If you are interested in getting the Amazon Halo and have any more questions, please reach out in the comments below. Otherwise, click my link, pick one up for yourself. Guys, thanks for staying all the way to the end of the video. It's really appreciated. Take care of yourselves and be kind, be happy, run well. See you in a couple of days.